most kids in the fifth grade. Like they have almost 100. Like them classes are still like 40 deep.
That's some work.
Them classes deep. Damn, I don't know when that hard.
Can we take that one? Oh, where this rag? Lay down, bruh. Oh, shit. Man, that shit look weak, man. To me, yeah. Look, he. I ain't like it. I ain't like it.
Do he still got steam coming up?
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta.
Yeah. He might need some type of pants on so he don't take these off a little bit. Watch out, man.
Okay, hold on.
Who got ball first?
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon
On
enough
top
as
of
we
a city
are
schedule.
underway here on a January afternoon. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll throw with Penix. Oh, his first throw of this playoff matchup is intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. He finds his man complete. It's Morrison. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To the air, Williams. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Bears are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I notice his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Here's Penix. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Looking to throw is Williams. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Williams. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Williams with a little touch pass forward. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up. Here's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Throwing is Williams. Throw right side taken in by Adunze. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll go. Here's Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Bears are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Operating from the gun, Penix. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Michael Wilson, 71 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Cooper up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw, Williams. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Williams. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On the return, Johnson. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And looking to throw, Penix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Williams. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. Throwing again here, Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Morrison. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Now they send a man in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. All right, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Williams. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They end up losing 10 there for 10 yards. So that one hurts. And it brings it 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd down and 4. Again, it's Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, 64 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On play action, here's Williams. He finds his man, complete. It's Sharp. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Back to throw. Williams. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Working out of the gun, Williams. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. From the gun, here's Williams. He finds his man, complete. That's Morrison. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. 2nd and 5. To throw once more, here's Williams. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good...
Williams loses the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll take over after that pretty clutch forced fumble as they begin inside their own 5-yard line. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And shedding through the tackle. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. 99 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A play fake. Now Penix. Wilson snags it left side. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yards, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
To the air, Penix steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. They'll throw with Penix. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Jack Fox now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. To the air, Williams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 62 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Here's Penix. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Michael Wilson as time expires in the first half. And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play and that little bit of hesitancy. It works really well for offensive guys.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football, they were very confident coming in.
Here's Cook again. Oh, nice move. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
That's the second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, it's Williams. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Looking to throw, Penix. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack. So here's a 3rd and 14. Now Penix. And the pressure gets to him again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's Williams. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And looking to throw, Penix. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. On the bootleg, it's Penix. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best. But these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles. And a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Looking to throw is Williams. He finds his man, complete. It's Sharp. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7. To throw, Williams. Dancing to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Throwing is Williams. He finds his man, complete. That's Morrison. Just a gain of a couple there, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Williams. From the gun, he'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's sharp. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And now they'll shift things around. Throwing again here, Williams. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
Second and 5. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Penix working out of the gun here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to Mooney. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Williams going to throw for it. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson, and that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Back to throw. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Bears are going to take over here up near the 40. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we...
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A huge play there for Chicago. 59 yards.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in...